Good afternoon, Chronic Care Advocates. My name is Kayla Ann. You know what it is. It is 2 days after my appointment. Y'all, yesterday I was feeling so good. I finally got over the hump of my crisis or whatever. But then I went outside and it's been hot. Y'all, it's been hot. And I didn't keep up with my water intake and everything. So my pee went clear, but that went out the door. And for this video, I'm gonna do it laying down because I just am. Anyway, so as you saw that little rant I had about after my doctor's appointment with my hematologist, I'm just so unnerved and whatever. My mother had made a comment when I ended up having to go to the emergency room the next day after my appointment. Yes. All because, well, honestly, it's not even because I didn't get my medication. It was really because I honestly was heading towards that way because I was already taking it. My crisis started that Thursday of last week and it was continuing on, but I ran out of medication in the middle of it. So, but it was still not being managed and whatever. And as I was going to, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, the emergency room. My mother made a statement that, ironically, I went through my notes and was like, this is one of the topics that I really, 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 really wanted to touch on. And it's called opioid dependence. So that has been a huge thing since I've been here in Louisiana. And that is a huge pet peeve for me because the ignorance behind it is just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. So her statement was, Kayla, you need to start praying over your body because after a while, which is my grandmother, made the same statement. And that's what really triggered me and took me back. But she was like, Kayla, you need to pray over your body because you keep going back, you'll get addicted to it. And my grandfather, long time ago, he was like, oh, Kayla, you can get addicted to those drugs. And I know it's just, lack of education. And one day I asked my hematologist, and he was so nice. He was so kind. He was like, I said, yeah, my grandfather thinks that I am going to get addicted to the pain medication. And he was like, well, I mean, that's understandable. He was like, but and then I told him, like, that's just my underlying scare. Like, that scares me a lot, just getting addicted to my pain medication. And he made this statement that changed my life. He said, Kayla, he was like, you're not addicted to your pain medicine. He said, you take your pain medicine when you are hurting. Now, when you start to notice that you're taking your pain medicine and you're not hurting, you're just taking it for other reasons, then you have become, or that individual has become, addicted to their pain medicine. And that really just, took feel for me. Now, here they go, oh, well, Dr. Mansour, he's not going to give you 30 milligrams. That's where he caps out. He's not going to give you more than that or whatever. And I was like, first of all, I adjust on anything. Somebody tells me, well, you need to learn how to adjust. I do adjust. It takes me longer to adjust, but I eventually adjust. And now I've gotten to the point to where I do a lot of things on excruciating an amount of pain, and I am having to require to lean heavy on weed because my normal dose is 30 milligrams. What they gave me is 5 milligrams at first and then 10 milligrams. Okay, now I went from 30 milligrams to 10 milligrams. So now, I'm gonna do like a little insert video to just further explain opioid dependence. And it's not even just opioids, it's every drug. It's not just, that's what kills me. My last doctor, he said the same thing. He was like, that's just drug, tolerance. And he was correct. Like I told him, you are correct. I know all of this information. And one thing that kills me, this is why I hate doctors, is because they want to be saviors. They want to be the only one that has the information and the knowledge, and you're looking towards them to give you, you know what I mean? Because that's what they're used to. That's why they put themselves in that certain position. Then they come across a person like me that, sweetie, I know just as much information that you know. You want to know why? Because you might have paid to go to medical school, but I was drafted in this. I was drafted in having sickle cell. This was not a choice. I didn't choose for somebody to write me an opioid prescription for my pain. I didn't choose for me having to have a pain crisis. I didn't choose this life. This life was chose for me. So in order for me, I'm the type of person where I want to live my life. Like, I want to live it. I'm sorry. I'm used to not being able to live my life, being in the hospital all the time, being sick all the time, being limited in sports, not being able to play with others on the playground, recess, going on trips. I don't know FOMO. Only time people have FOMO is because they want to be involved. They're used to being involved in a group. And then when they don't go and they're like, oh my God, I can't, I missed out. I ain't never had FOMO. Never. You want to know why? Because when I was younger, I have already accepted the fact that I'm going to miss a lot of things. And I had to be okay with it. If not, I was going to go crazy. But anyway, that was on a tangent. But so opioid dependence, or not even just opioid dependence, right? You still have alcohol dependence, where if you're over, that's just it's any drug, even sugar. If people because sugar is actually an addictive substance. People don't know that. It is actually the most addictive substance on the planet. Sugar. And people don't realize it until, one day somebody wakes up and they'll be like, okay, I'm a detox from all the food that I get. And you'll start all of the sugar intake that they put in their body and things of that nature, the foods that they eat. Your body actually goes through a withdrawal because it has gotten so used to a certain tolerance and amount that you consume. Like, that's just 101. And it's kind of annoying having to explain things to people. And when you try to explain things to people, they are very close-minded, so it challenges their thought pattern. And then you get that pushback, like, nah. Because I say this from experience, because I was there. I did this to Michael all of the time. And you try to educate them, and you ask questions, try to get them to think of things differently. And you get a lot of pushback. And that's just been annoying me on this situation, because it's like, I went to the doctor the other day and she was like, oh, well, I don't know. She was like, well, Dr. Mansour, he's not going to give you 30 milligrams. I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm going to adjust with that. But you're still putting me in. I was like, you're forcing me to have to go to the hospital, basically. And that is an okay standard here. The girl's funeral that I went to, she was 40 years old. Do you know that there are people with sickle cell that live into their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80 years old? That's a problem. A huge, 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 huge problem. But I also have to remember what state I'm in, the culture, the dynamic. There's a lot of factors that contribute to why she did not make it to her 50s. But that's why I created this channel. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but it's just like, it's so my heart. Like, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable behavior. And the simple fact that people only do what you allow. If you tolerate it, and if you don't give them no pushback and say, hey, this is a boundary for me, you're not going to cross me like this, you're not going to deal with me like this, you're not going to manage me like this, they will do whatever they see fit and deem fit and act, because they're comfortable. They used to pushing over people's boundaries, especially narcissists, y'all, whatever. But yeah, so I know this is not like a formal video. I would have rather it be a formal video, but I just really wanted to push that whole importance after that rant that I just had, because it's really annoying. And then on top of that, I was like, well, y'all don't even have a protocol for sickle cell people. I have been in a pain crisis for 4 days. 4 days now. I ran out of medication, worked it to where I can see you. I see you, and I see a nurse practitioner in my appointment. And the most that you could tell me is, I've never heard somebody getting anemic with their period and having to have exchanges. I was like, well, if someone's blood, the crazy part is, right, she doesn't even, she was like, well, I don't know what happened before or anything. I know you don't. And it's sad, because your lack of education, and everybody keeps bragging that you are just amazing, but whatever. Anyway, when I was in the hospital, they were like, well, we don't do exchanges unless they are having a stroke, acute chest syndrome, but we don't give transfusions until they get extremely anemic, like you're running 5, 6, then they'll give you a bag of blood. I was like, that's literally the same thing. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Like, yes, it is. I said the only difference is they're taking out a bag of blood, but it's the same exact thing, sweetie. The same thing. Make it make sense. It don't make sense. Child, this is the world that we live in. Most states. I was listening to the interview with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and he was saying how he wants to split the states up. If that happens, chaw. That's all I'm gonna say is chaw. Chaw. That's all I can say. That's all I can think of. That's all I can manage at this point. And I just wanted to touch on that because it was on my spirit to say. But anyway, I'm not doing nothing today. As you can see, I'm not feeling well. Yesterday, I did too much. I went outside with my brother. It was excruciating hot, and I did not keep up with, my water intake. So now I'm back where I started, and it's nobody's fault but mine. It's my fault. I have a job interview tomorrow, which is I'm very grateful for, because I don't even care. They was like, oh, it's a temporary agency. I don't even care. I need the money. Why? Because Louisiana has forced you to have to pay to manage your care. So if I don't have no money, I'm going to be hopping back and forth to the hospital. And I have not, since I have been here, I've been in the hospital more than I've been here in my parents' house, trying to get myself together. The reason why I came back was because I kept getting sick, and the last job that I had, I lost because I went back to my brother's funeral. And it was just hard. Every time I would get up to go out, get on the bus, find me a job, get me a job, try to start the job, I am back in the hospital again. I could not keep up. And I just was slowly going down. And that's why I came back here, because I needed to get myself together. I needed to get my head together. I needed to get my body together. But I didn't realize it was going to be this hard. So I'm not even going to complain. I'm really not complaining. It's just, I'm really, just trying to keep y'all. Oh, I'm just trying to be open and transparent. That's the one thing that I know. It's from my childhood. I had something traumatic happen to me when I was 14 years old. And ever since then, transparency has been huge for me. Transparency is a huge thing for me, which is crazy because that's how the world is going. And it's because they were tired of too many people hiding, burying their demons. And they'll be volunteering, looking good, doing all of this, and they back there probably beating their wife, raping people, doing all kind of stuff. And now you have full-fledged generation, which is my generation, where we want full transparency, full healing, just find out the issues. Hopefully the next generation, we and trying to fix those things with ourselves. I don't know. Y'all will see. Anyway, I will catch y'all later, because I know it could get quite annoying with this voice. My mother tells me all the time, you sound like R2-D2. Yeah. So I'll catch y'all later. Hey, Chronic Era kids. I have woken up, gotten up, brushed my teeth, put some clothes on, ate me some breakfast, and now I am laying back down. And as you can see, that was I had a little flare. That's how I know I just need to be in the hospital, because I literally took my medicine not even 3 hours ago. I think it's like 11 o'clock now. I think not even 2 hours ago I took my pain medicine. So yeah, it's bad enough I'm not taking the right amount, and then the amount that I was taking, it slowly was getting to to be of tolerance. So yeah, when I get sick now, I don't know how to explain it. It's not controlled. And that's just the MO that we have. That's just the MO that I'm going to have for being here in Louisiana, Freeport, Louisiana, until I leave. Yes, I took my scarf off. My head looks a hot mess. My hair looks a hot mess. It needs to be washed so badly. And it's just dry. I need a hot oil treatment. I don't like not being able to get a lot of the things that I need to get, because I've been needing to get a hot oil treatment and stuff for my hair, go to the beauty supply store, get that, but I just been, like I said, I try to accommodate my parents, so I won't be too much of a nuisance, but just me being me has always been a nuisance. It's been all my life, so it's nothing new there. That's why I moved the way I moved as an adult, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so in a moment, she should be getting dressed. I don't know, she's lollygagging. It's her 2 off days or whatever. My parents don't really necessarily pay attention to me. So if I'm having they don't pay attention. I have to say, hey, I gotta go to the emergency room. Hey, I have to do this, which is, being an adult, whatever. But yesterday, my cousin, she was the only one that asked me, Kayla, did you take your medicine? I was like, no. Nobody noticed how I was moving around, fidgeting, shaking my leg or anything. They were just trying to have fun, which is, totally fine with me. it wasn't about me, and I wasn't about to make it about me at the end of the day. So it is what it is. Um, but now I am going to. So I usually clean the bathroom for my mother because she has her daycare there. So over the weekend, like when it's time to, even though it's a holiday weekend, I have a little longer time. So my plan is just to go to the emergency room, get myself down to a manageable state. I'm running low on medication, but I have another prescription from when I got out of the hospital from my virus that I had, which is I had a virus that put me in the hospital like close to 2 weeks ago, and ended up getting discharged prematurely. But that's the MO of Louisiana doctors anyway. So I had to recover from that, bounce back from that. And then when I finally did get bounced back and get my life together again, I knew that I was going to be in a pain crisis again. Like I even said it when I got to the hospital, when I left the hospital, like I'm going to be back. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a math assignment to do, which is I ordered my laptop for it. It's supposed to come around the 5th or the 6th, which would be towards the end of the week. And hopefully by then I will be able to fully do my math assignment because I don't want to get behind on my math class. This is going to be my second time having to take the math class. And I just can't fail this semester. So yeah. And yeah. What else? Oh, I have to write down my assignments for accounting, which is not necessarily due until the end of the week. But I just be wanting to stay ahead, even though I'm noticing that I've been, getting sick a lot lately, very frequently, and I don't particularly like that. So I am just going to, it is what it is. Let me put my head scarf on because, y'all, look at this head, Lord. I don't feel good because I really don't care if you see me a hot mess or not. But anyway, that looks a little better. But yeah, so I want to get that done and started. So I won't be behind on that. Just in case I do end up being in the hospital, and 9 times out of 10 I'm not, because I'm noticing here you have to go to the emergency room multiple times for them to even take you seriously. And quite frankly, I just feel like that's a waste of my time. I'd rather literally be home and miserable, hurting and pain than to deal with that. It is what it is. What else? So yeah, I gotta go. I did my grocery list already, so I know everything that I need to get. I'm running low on magnesium, so I take a lot of vitamins, a lot of vitamins, and I take a fish oil. I take B12. I take a magnesium. I take zinc and elderberry. Those things. I haven't really made a smoothie. I need to make a smoothie. Lately, I haven't really been making smoothies like that, which is I need to get back on that. And I just had so much to say, but now I'm just like, I kind of looked at my bank account and I have to dispute a lot of charges. So I'm like, where is my money going? I'm not liking not having any money, not working, not being able to just move the way I want to move and do what I need to do. So it's been very restricting for me, and I hate it. Like I just hate it. I hate it. And then what makes it worse is just the environment that I am in is not one to be of a support. So yeah. What else? Oh, today is the first day of sickle cell awareness, September 1st. The video that I've been trying to upload was actually supposed to be uploaded last week, but I was trying to get into my chart. So I disputed, I not disputed, Lord. I I reported the nurse that's in the video, but I didn't have all her credentials, and you're supposed to have all her credentials, and I've just been having the hardest time getting into my Centera account. One lady I called, she helped me change my password for me to be able to get it. I change it, I do that, and it still hasn't been able to let me get into it. So I've just been holding the video and not really uploading it, but I'm just no longer going to hold it anymore. And just, it's not like it's going to be seen by a whole bunch of people anyway. So it is very triggering. I'm not even going to lie to you. It was triggering for people that don't have an illness. It is really going to be triggering for other chronic care advocates, because it's going to bring up a lot of disparities that come in with going into the hospital, and things like that should not be happening in the first place, that happen all the time with quite a bit of sickle cell people in the hospital. So yeah, it is one of those. So I have to edit a smaller version of it so that I can upload that, and then just upload my whole video on YouTube and get that situated and stuff like that. It's been nice. I'm not even gonna lie, just picking back up with my uploading and editing and things of that nature. I don't know what that is. I did have a cold sore way back, and I don't know if it I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, it has been quite.
Gabapentin, okay?
Okay, I asked for a request nurse change. The lady said that she was gonna do it.
I'm your nurse for tonight.
Okay. I asked for a nurse change. She said that she was going to switch it with someone else because this was your pod, but she was just going to do me individually
Correct.
with someone else.
I'm still your nurse for tonight.
I would like a nurse change.
Yes, but I don't have anybody to switch you
The
with.
supervisor stated that you did.
The charge nurse?
Yes.
Yes, she's in another pod, and we don't have anybody to switch you with.
Okay. You should be able to. We're not talking about the supervising nurse on this shift. We're talking about the charge nurse on the last shift. She said that she was going to make it.
She's not here now. Circumstances happen and it changes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, and we can't help that.
What circumstances change?
Staffing, who calls out, and what happens in between. If something happens,
so if somebody calls out or in between, has nothing to do with the staff that you already have on the floor when you assign the patients. Now, when shift change and your patients are assigned, she stated that she would switch me with someone for another pod. You would still have your
I'm
pod.
sorry, we're gonna have to stay with what we have right now.
Well,
What is it that you need?
What I need is a change of nurse care I've been requesting for the last 3.
What is it that you need?
I don't necessarily have to explain that to you. It was told and presented to me that I would be able to have a change of nurse care. Okay, well, I'm going to need someone to figure it out, because
I don't have anybody.
I'm going to need someone to figure it out.
I don't have anybody. In this case that you refuse, if you would like.
No, because then I'm not refusing, and that's false.
But you don't want to take your medicine, so.
I never said that I didn't want to take my medication.
I'm trying to give you your medicine.
I requested a change of nursing care. I never refused any medication. It was presented to me that I would be able to have a change of nurse care before the night nurses even came on the floor. She said that she was going to make it happen for it to be done. The patient right says that I am able to have a change of nurse care. Now, you can't refuse a request that I am asking for. It is supposed to be accommodated. So that's what I would like. That is what I would want. That is what would make me comfortable. Okay? Thank you.
And you cannot tell me why you want to change for.
I already told the nurse before of the change of nursing care. It was already discussed with the charge nurse.
And
I don't have to continue further iterating something that I
okay,
am
I'll just
able
put
to
it that you're
have.
requesting for right now. Okay.
Okay, false document all day.
You ready?
I need I need a statement for the reason why y'all refuse a change of care.
I don't know what statement you want.
She said that it's too late in the shift, and I already asked when the shift started about change of care. And I have other medications that wasn't administered.
You ready for your Benadryl?
Yes, and I have other medications that wasn't administered as well. Pleasurable to, upload again and just edit my videos and things of that nature for people to see. And honestly, if they don't see it, they do see it, they don't see it, I really honestly don't care. It's just, for me, it's been great. So, and that's all that matters. All I care about is me. So, that sounds very selfish, but I don't care. So yeah, that's what our day, that is what I have so far. My day is not really going to be that eventful. I'm trying not to have it be eventful because it's not even seems like every time I get up and get to moving around, it's just like that throbbing, that gnawing pain that keeps just there and just won't go away. And everybody's like, well, do you get cramps when you're on your period? I'm like, no, I don't get cramps. I get what's worse, a pain crisis. Like, I literally get a pain crisis. Like, I don't get a prequel of the cramps and then a pain crisis. I get a straight up pain crisis. And that's how I know, like, yeah. So, yay me. I think that's pretty much it that I have for y'all today. I don't have much today, to be honest with you. I'm not really in a talking mood. That's how I know I'm like really going downhill, because I'm not there. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be anywhere. Leave me alone. So yeah, that's what we got. That's what we're dealing with. It's been nice. Good morning, Chronic Care Advocates. Today is September the 1st, which is officially the first day of Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And it's been a while since I've seen y'all. And I'm just laying here like, Kayla, you gonna get your day started? Yes. It's late in the day. It's around 10 yesterday. So I went out. Lord, I just been having a rough couple of days. And I ended up going to meet up with my aunt because her father-in-law passed away. So I saw some people that I haven't seen in a long time, met some new people, and that was nice. That was really, really, really nice. But I was a little disappointed because I couldn't do too much because I was already in a pain crisis when I went there. And then I went to the vape shop like, okay, I'm running out of medicine. I know what the writing on the wall is telling me you need to go to the hospital, but I don't want to go to the hospital. So let me just go give my vape pen. And well, I just wanted anyway, just to withdraw from the medication that I'm on. Lord, I have so much to talk about. But anyway, so yeah, and I didn't get that. So we are here. I woke up earlier, but I've been in the bed for the last 2 to 3 hours, just laying here, getting my body to somewhat calm down. I didn't even get anything to eat. I just took my medicine and laid right back down. That's how bad it was. So I also have to go grocery shopping, and today my mother is going grocery shopping um after church. She views her church online. So after that, which is about 1 o'clock, she's gonna go grocery shopping. And I wanna go with her because um I try not to get them outside of their routine, if that makes sense. Like, even though I'm staying here, I try to work around my parents' routine, just to make it easier, and I just don't want to hear their mouths. But anyway, yes. So I'm gonna get up, but I'm gonna get up then. And my eyes aren't yellow, I don't think. The only thing is my urine is yellow. So I know I'm in a pretty, it's like a dark, dark yellow. So I know I'm in a pretty bad pain crisis. And I had a visitor. So when one visitor comes, the other visitor comes. And that's to be expected. Now, it's not affecting me as bad as it normally would. So I'm like, I'm not saying that I was prepared. Well, I was prepared. I was prepared for it. I got all my schoolwork done because school started last Monday. And I did it because I was thinking I was going to be in the hospital over the weekend, which is actually, I should have been in the hospital over the weekend, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, so I'm going to speak to y'all later on when I actually get up and get to dress and going out and things of that nature. And I will catch y'all later. Okay? Okay.